People deluded. Now, quick vid. We've obviously lost 3 goals to 1 to Wolves. Congratulations to Wolves. I feel Wolves were superb. Just going out there, man. They smacked us in the last 25 minutes of that first half. They had a poor first 20, in my opinion, but they woke up. They played for themselves. They played for the fans. Only thing you could say about Wolves is they let themselves down for the goal they conceded. Superb performance, man to man. And that's why everyone in the top 6 is scared of them, and that's why they've got the record against the top 6. But for me as an Arsenal fan, I believe top 4's gone, people. Regular watchers, you lot know I was not screaming top 4 in the summer. You lot would fighting me tooth and nail saying, DG, be more optimistic, man. Come on, man. Come on. And eventually you won. Apologies, people. Everything's going right. But I'm wrong, sorry. You lot won. I was more optimistic because the club was showing it. The team was showing it. If you give me reasons, I'm on it. Now I'm back to the old me, people, and that it's a myth. We've dropped 9 points. If we drop 9 points and still get top 4, I'll stop making YouTube vids, people. And for real, I won't stop. Don't hold me to that. But so we need a miracle now. We need a miracle. It was all fun and games in March when we had Spurs and United and we got 4 points off them too and stuff like that. But you mean as you start as you mean to go on sort of thing. And we've let ourselves down in this month. I feel it's the most crucial period in April. I've spoken about that period all season. And we've let it go. We've let it go, people. Collectively today, all 3 goals are appalling. The only goal I'll have some sort of sympathy for is Neves's, because the counter-attack from Wolves was on and we let ourselves down for the foul, but it's a terrific free kick, man. I felt Leno could have done better initially, but it's a terrific technical quality on that free kick from Neves, so I'll let that. But the second, we've improved that clearing our lines and defending crosses and stuff, but like against Everton, we really failed to pattern up, man. We've conceded 7 goals in the last 3 games. Forgive me if I'm wrong and I'm missing out a game that was sandwiched between Everton and Palace, people, but them 3 games, 7 goals. How much did Everton beat us? Was it 1-0? This is how much we've been ripped, people. I don't even know the scoreline. I'm so sure it was only Jagielka, but whether it was Jagielka's goal, which was from a throw-in, forgive me if I'm wrong, or from a corner initially, the 3 goals against Palace, the counter-attack, the corner, and just the set piece, which Benteke scored today as well. Initially from a corner, a set piece goal will allow it, and the 3rd goal was appalling. We've let ourselves. This is not the sort of form you want to see in April from a team that wants to get top 4. It's Europa League or bust now, people. We've let ourselves down, man. We've let ourselves down because we keep. I don't know if it's the pressure of the result and knowing what we kind of need to go out there and do, seeing other teams play, but it's just pitiful, really, people. It's very hard to watch, man. Away from top 4 aspirations, away from even Arsenal Football Club, just seeing professional footballers. Some look young and lost, some are bewildered, some genuinely don't look like they know what they're doing. Ultimately, not playing for themselves, a lack of desire. Wolves are playing for 7th. No disrespect to them, because I feel they're doing terrific, respectively, for their ambitions. What are we doing? Wolves are comfortably going to get a top 10, top 7 finish, in my opinion. Maybe I'm not sure for the table, but maybe Watford has something to say. Us, we're neck and neck with everybody. Wolves are the ones that 3-0 up, play like they're 3-0 down, fighting for it. Jota not giving anything away, and I keep praising Jota in particular. But everybody, to be fair with you, man, they showed resilience, just damn right application, the bare minimum. And when it's all going right, people are quick to speak. But when it's all going wrong, people don't want to say nothing. And this is why I tell you lot to have balance. Obviously, 5 out of 10 might have been a bit extreme when I gave it through Emre, and we've been about it, so I don't need to get back into it. But what did I say, people? For every good example for Emre and the players, there's bad ones. So we need to keep perspective. Arsenal fans, everything was great until the Palace game, or even the Everton game. And now it's over. And admittedly so, because we've dropped 9 points. Now that's a big, imagine, we can't pull it on our points tally, people. But imagine we had 9 points where we'd be. It's shocking, man. It was a tough to watch. It was one of the worst games I've seen watch us play this season. It was tough to watch, people, man. You lot know I don't rant and rave and things, but it was just in terms of application, desire, just the right mentality beyond the first 20 minutes. It was appalling, man. And it goes for me, yes, it's another poor away game, another one we don't keep a clean sheet. But for me, I'm not even looking at them things in this game. I'm not even looking at the Champions League space. Just the basic principles of a galvanised squad that want to take 3 points in any given Premier League game was not there. We were not on it. We were not on it at all. Not one player can leave. To be fair, the substitutions in Nketiah, Guendouzi, and who else? Kola, I felt they did all right. They definitely added something that was lacking, respectively. No one was perfect, but them lot can say they did all right. But we lost. We don't win together. We don't lose together. We don't draw together. So everybody has to ask themselves questions. We're paying the price for not taking advantage of early pressure, still not shooting enough as a side, and it is what it is now, people. It is what it is. We rested players against Crystal Palace, and for what now? Because judging by them 2 games, does it look like any different players were playing? It really doesn't. It absolutely doesn't. Players that were great against Palace weren't there this week. Players, you see what I'm saying? Consistency week in, week out. We're losing it, people. It's done, man. It's I wouldn't say, I'm not, I do think it means a lot to these players, but it didn't look like it meant enough to a lot of these players. A lot of these players just don't know how to fight. I've come to that conclusion. It just the fight is just not in these players consistently, people. It's there in moments, and it has been this season, but just the bottle, the desire, the galvanization, the just standing up to be counted, being a soldier in the trenches, it's not there. It weren't there today, people. It weren't there, man. And I know some people, the players were poor, and I feel, Emery's my guy, like I said, people, and I felt his hand was kind of forced with Aubameyang and a couple other injuries and things like that, people. But we're playing 5 at the back at home against Crystal Palace. We're playing 4 at the back today with Maitland-Niles in an away game where our away form is quite suspect. Surely you'd go 5 at the back against a side like Wolves. Obviously Aubameyang's not playing, so he can't exactly play 2 up front, but maybe work something out with that. Again, regardless of the formation, just in terms of application, it weren't there. We would have got ripped. But for the players, they were poor. Remember, if we're gonna ask questions tactically, 4 at the back today didn't work. Substitutions, I felt Kohler and Guendouzi, when they came on, they did all right. They did quite well, in my opinion. Definitely offered what weren't there. So I think he did all right in that regards. But some people might have been bewildered when they came on. The big one is probably resting players. Rested players against Palace for what reason? Because you're looking at both games. Who was missing, really? People have to be balanced. If players are not fully fit, they're not fully fit. They're injured. Obviously, Maitland-Niles and who else came off the bench? Whoever came off the bench against Palace, we've had that debate. But when you look at Xhaka was poor today. But when you look at Xhaka, for example, we know he's had groin injuries stretching back to the Napoli game, so I can give a bit of leeway. But it weren't there, man. It weren't there, and it just, games like this or periods like this, it just shows people you need to have some sort of balanced head. Don't get too excited, because we know this is a tough season. If we don't get top 4, it's still been a decent season, but from seeing results like this and the position we were in a month ago and find ourselves now, it is gutting, people, and I think it's gone. I think it's gone. Mathematically, it could still probably be done, and word to Wenger, have all the desire you want, and I'll always back my club, and I love my club, but for me, it's gone, people. I'm back to what I was saying at the start of the season. It's not happening. I got on the bandwagon and thought it could happen, but it's dead now, people. For me, anyways. Of course, I hope that I'm proven wrong, but for me, when that second goal went in, people, I think I even tweeted top 4's gone. Like, to be fair, the first goal, terrific goal. I wouldn't say we reacted well from it, but it's only 1-0. The second, I knew it was too much, man. It wasn't even the scoreline. It weren't even the context of the game. It's just looking at the players on the screen. It's like they look defeated. So how can I not be defeated? How can I be up for it if you lot are not up for it? It was up for the first 20 minutes. We're up for it when teams want to sit back and stuff and play in front of us. But the minute they wake up and want to fight, and fighting doesn't mean flying into a million tackles, people. But you get the point. Like, it just weren't there today. On that note, people, like I said, man, Wolves 3, Arsenal 1, and it is what it is. We got smacked, man. Credit to Wolves, they did their job. Big 3 points for them, and it's just another cherry on the cake of what's been a good season for them, to be fair with you. They deserve it, man. And they show why they're on, why going to their place at home for a top 6 side, going to the Molineux, is a tough fixture. And they also showed why they have a record against the top 6. But for me, we didn't show anything. Obviously, it weren't 22 different players in the last 2 Premier League fixtures we've played, but just for context, different players in both games. Who was missing, people? Who was missing? What player could you say was missing? Cause you lot know I'm never going to dig out players, but there was 2 players that came off the bench in that game at the weekend, and they started today, and they were anonymous, but I'm not going to get onto them because they're young players. Some of the older, more experienced heads, where were they today? Where were they? And like I said, for the young players, they weren't good enough today, but they just looked bewildered and the right word is disillusioned, really. The old players don't know what's happening, man. And I'm not going to question personal things like mentality and stuff, but you have to question if these players have any real fight within them, because you know the context of top 4 and just winning a football game. And away from all of that, just reacting to the shameful performance against Crystal Palace. And we went out and done the same thing. Like, I feel sorry for the away fans that went there and saw that. I feel sorry for anyone that travelled up there, because we're all normal working class people. We have some people, I don't know what time you're getting home from Wolverhampton, maybe 1, 2 in the morning, and some people got to be up at 6. You see what I'm saying? And you done that performance. Should refund the fans their money, in my opinion. Refund the fans or something. The players got to come out there and refund the fans travel or something, or promise next game to go halves or something, people. Because again, I believe in balance. It was all great a month ago, so I have to keep some perspective. But we've dropped 9 points this month, and it's not on. You lose football games, innit? If we're meant to lose 9 points, if the footballing god said we're going to drop 9 points this season, this month, what can we do? But the application, man, the application just weren't there. It weren't there for me. You lot know me, I don't rant, I don't rave, but when I don't see application, it's very tough for me to watch, people. It was a tough watch for me. And I know my friends and fans that support other clubs, they already give me the bants on the snap, and my friends are calling me and all them thing there. So you lot can run your banter, man. And I know, like I said, I thought we was going to get top 4, be a bit optimistic. And like Wenger said, it's mathematically still possible, so we're in with a shout. But for me, it's done and dusted, people. On that note, good evening. Deluded.